Welcome guys back to the second matchup here, but for today's casting from me, this will be the last match that I will be casting for the next 5 hours. I will return hopefully there for the last matchup. In any case, let's jump into it very quickly. Legit Logic versus Asian Grocers. We saw AG in the first matchup. Won their round convincingly in the end, but struggled a little bit through that early mid phase. And now they're back, one up against Legit Logic, who I believe also lost their first matchup. Let me just confirm that there. In fact, I've lost my page with all the details on it. So, oops. Any case, into the draft now. You can see there that Batrider, yet again, teams in the Oceanic scene not liking their Batrider. Early ban out there from Batrider, and of course, you know, Avril, who is a guy that some of you guys may be familiar with, who watch me regularly, will know that he says, like, you know, if you constantly just ban out this one hero over and over again, you kind of limit yourself to the fact that when you actually go up against it in the end, you don't know how to deal with it. And so, Batrider, while he's very, very strong, probably not one of the better heroes that you could potentially ban out, because a lot of teams are not playing him because of the hate that he gets in the early phases. In any case, I've got my data in front of me now. Legit Logic lost their first game against the Dirts. Asian Grocers actually winning it out against Team Mooks. So Asian Grocers are looking for a second win in this round of 6 matches, 7 matches. So 6 more hours of Dota to go, ladies and gentlemen. In Group A of the AWC Cup for September, Amateur Only Cup. Debatable as to see whether or not some of these teams are actually in the amateur grade because of some of the plays that we've seen recently. But in any case, welcome back, and let's get into it. Legit Logic here, going for the early ban out of both Visage and Nyx Assassin. Both of those are very, very support-heavy heroes. So looking to lock down those supports early, available for AG. But AG looking to also do, they suffered a little bit against that Nature's Prophets and turned to ban it. Last round, they banned out Wisp as their second drop. And of course, you can see here, Legit Logic picking up Wisp, or IO as he's known nowadays. But AG going straight again for that Timbersaw. The potential of Timbersaw, he now definitely Timbersaw tier 1 hero. So will we see a standardized combo coming out of Legit Logic in the form of Tiny, in the form of CK? That's up in the air, it's up in the air as we speak, but will they actually pick it up and round off that combo?
Reserve time.
Or will they pick another core so as to draw out the bans from Asian Grocers, draw out the ban of Tiny, draw out the ban of CK, so that they have free reign over other heroes to pick up? And Legit Logic, going by their name, if they can hold dear to it, can actually pull this off. They're taking their time now to figure out what that second drop is. But AG's probably thinking, what's going on? You know, we picked up first, you picked up more, and as you can hear or see, ladies and gentlemen, they've picked up Darkseer. Of course, Darkseer, in my opinion, one of the greatest offlaners. Great team fight utility, and he can go up against incredible odds in terms of a laning situations and still drive home kills. You know, we've seen matches where you know, and if you're not familiar with how you should play Darkseer, it's all about mana management and Iron Shell management. And if you know the combinations very well, you know what creep to Iron Shell and when, then you can have a very powerful pushing and really shut down tri lanes even. Double Iron Shelling against the melee orientated tri lane, for example, again with melee creeps, tends to upset the melee farmers. While at the same time, if you're getting close, Iron Shelling yourself and Iron Shelling the double Iron Shell onto the ranged creeps, their ranged creeps, you can actually drive back ranged heroes. So, bit of meta there for the Darkseer. Anyway, AG going for Jinkiro this time. We saw some really well landed ice balls coming out of Team Mooks last game, but no follow through. And I guess AG looking to now pick up that Jinkiro, play with Jinkiro, and potentially also pick up some of those other great supports because they're still in the mix. In the second set of bans now, AG banning out CK because they feel like it, and also Queen of Pain. And of course, Queen of Pain counter ban is there for the Timbersaw position. Legit logic going oddly and banning out OD and Tidehunter. They must have been watching the last match. Wow, AG just having a ball here, picking Alchemist, Jinkiro, and Timbersaw. Meanwhile, Legit Logic, Lifestealer, Dark Seer, and IO. Of course, IO's natural combo of Tiny still in the mix. Whether or not anyone on Legit Logic's player team knows how to play Tiny is another question. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am flying solo. Avril unable to cast this afternoon until later tonight, possibly. So I will endeavour to find us a co-caster for those later matches tonight. But at this stage, just little old Mega Kai bring it to you. Rounds 2 of Group A in the AWC series, or the Amateur Amateur something Cup? World Cup? Australian wide Amateur Cup? I don't know what the AWC stands for. But we are here in this best of one between these two teams. Looking at the forge slots now. Puck being picked up for the mid position against Timbersaw. Puck generally does okay against a Timbersaw, but the utility of the chain, the chakra, and the whirling blades means that Puck has to time his phase shift at the right time for the right ability, or suffer being killed. You know where he's going to come out of in terms of that phase shift. So that's a great place to put your chakra. So gotta be very careful as Puck. You're very, very fragile. But at the same time, you're probably no one can out a middle like Puck can. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend been picked up, and we saw in the previous game, Timbersaw actually went to the tri lane, to the long lane. So we're going to probably see the same here. Shadow Fiend going into the middle, Jinkiro and Alchemist with another support for the tri lane. So Shadow Fiend versus Puck, gonna go in Puck's favor, I think. But I did that last time, and AG did come back from an unusually poor setup, and we're here. Want to say hi to the guys currently on the stream. It says there's currently 7 people watching. Saying hi to Pure Snap because he's the only one actually typing. Hi guys, welcome, and hopefully we'll see some big plays for you guys, some entertainment for your Saturday afternoon here with AWC Cup. Looking at those last drops now for the last position, in terms of banning. Naga Siren ban out there. I think that's very smart. Naga Siren coming through the ranks recently as that support hero, support pseudo tri-lane. AG also taking their time to decide what it is they're going to ban out. Will they ban up this Tiny, which I'm being advised probably they won't actually go for. But they need a natural combo for IO. There are others there. They can just team up IO and Lifestealer, but it doesn't work as effectively well. What you want to do is you want a third carry, or second carry I should say, that you can put Lifestealer inside of, that's going to have this great initiation bomb. Teleport with IO, so you've immediately got a 3-man ganking squad, and then, Puck, if he's in position, can orb in at the last moment, or even orb in to initiate before you TP in. So, what they really want is a really good carry for that last position. This is legit logic, so they can combo up the Lifestealer and IO. Meanwhile, Agent Grosses, man, look at their team lineup. Timbersaw, Alchemist, Shadow Fiend, and Jinkiro, again, winning on paper, in my opinion.
5 seconds remaining.
Not even sure how they're going to come back from this particular setup.
Reserve time.
Definitely looking like it's all in the favor of Team AG in terms of paper just at this stage. Although we're down to the last position, and legit logic of going by their name, if they take their time and use their logic, they will come to a good conclusion as to what heroes they should pick up. Oh, and I have some technical difficulties. We'll be back in 1 minute. Apologies for those guys watching on the stream. I'll be back in time to see what the last position drop-ups and what the lanes will be.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Warlock. Dire team pick. Prepare for battle! If you want peace, you must prepare for war. If you want war, you must also prepare for war. The lesson is, always prepare for war!
I'm back, I apologize for that. Quickly looking at the last drops there, we see that there was a pickup of Warlock.
30 seconds to battle.
And a pickup of Rubik for the last slot? That's unusual. LGL gonna be on the back foot here, don't only have one carry. Gonna rely quite largely on plays from Rubik to disrupt the enemy teams. And Dire going for a bit of protection in their own jungle. Same as Radiant, so they're mirroring each other in terms of what their initial setups are. Let's have a look at the early game items. Both teams picking up standard items, no one getting for dust, although I do like the early sentry wards because that indicates early dewarding. And both teams are playing at that level where they want to make sure that their own jungles are safe from being blocked out. Yeah, with Warlock in the mix now, Fatal Bonds can really mount your opponent's team with this lineup, especially with Shadow Demon in there. So LGL going to be out carried if not careful, but they do have utility. They have all these all these supports. And let's look at the lanes here. Darkseer in the long lane, a very difficult long lane I might add. There's 2 stuns there in the form of Jinkiro and what's the other guy called? Alchemist. Sorry, apologies there, miscast. Now, Warlock being there, obviously, too, to apply some damage with his rocket at level 6, but early game phase means that he has to be a little bit careful. Parker going up against SF as we expected. Timbersaw going up against Rubik, Lifestealer, and Io. It's all going to be Lifestealer in this particular matchup. And already they're on the back foot. Just. It's a neck and neck between SF and Alchemist, but sorry, SF and Lifestealer. But I just want to say, Alchemist there, you know, he is this hard late game carry, and he's gone for Grievel's Greed straight off the bat, not going for Acid Spray whatsoever. And this means that he's going to come into play much earlier. And there's not much they're going to be able to do here. And this is going to prove to be very difficult and almost overwhelming for LG because they don't have the carries or the counter. And you can see there SF Applying damage with just one ability. Almost taking out Puck. Puck forced to use a healing potion. So SF already winning this lane. Puck being driven back slightly. And look, and that is reflected in the terms of net worth at present. AG doing what they do well, just sort of hanging back and looking for those right opportunities. And we've got a DC again. The server apparently doesn't like people today. Having a quick look at the players. We've got Novalu sitting on Jinkiro. Longbong. Jongbong. Sitting on Alchemist. Barth. Oh, I should go one team at a time, I guess. Philip Blah. Philate 6 8 La. Or Philate 6B blah. Philate 6 blah. How do you say that, guys? I don't know. Black Lotus in the mid lane. And of course, Maddie IP again on the Timbersaw. So what do we think? What do I think? This particular lineup, the Asian Sensation, they've got the advantage in terms of draft. It's in their favour with the team fight yet again. Alchemist Jinkiro with a Chakra, Shadow Fiend to do the damage in mount teams, especially under Fatal Bonds. And then look out! Here comes the Rock! Is what you got to look out for, because he knows what's cooking. Those of you not familiar with The Rock is a wrestling guy. Kinda does movies.
Regeneration.
And I was referring to The Rock as in the sense that the rock coming out of the sky, the Warlock Rock. Timbersaw here in a bit of bad position. He needs to chain out of there immediately. Can they stun him? No, just a little bit too slow. And unfortunately, that first blood opportunity going out of the mix, looking for the wrong, looking for the last hits there, and sorry, I should say, reading and trying to cast at the same time, not a good idea. But in any case, that tether not being used effectively enough, or being used a little bit too late, I should say. CS wise, you can see it's reflective of. No, actually it's not really reflective of net worth. No, CS going in the favour of the Dire team. Both Puck and Lifesteal are leading that CS table, but you know, while CS is important, got to look at the net worth. The net worth tells you a better picture in terms of how it's actually unfolding. And like I said earlier on, this Alchemist is not going to have an answer. LGL have gone. Whoa.
First blood, it shall be.
Buck picking up the first kill. Didn't even see what happened. I believe there was some potential rotation here from Rubik. So greatly needed first blood for Team LGL. They needed that. They need to sort of push out some of their supports or their pseudos into a carry position, because they are going to be going up against Alchemist, are going to go up against a Shadow Fiend, and also a Timbersaw. And their answers to that are only a lifesteal at this stage. And yet again, another DC. The server hating everybody today. Let's have a look at the lineup in terms of gold. Gold says it's only 500, and XP is the same. And you can see here no one has anything untoward that you're expecting, although there's a really early conversion of boots here for LGL. I think he pulled a healing slave as well as some tangos, and in fact he's used all that up. Gone straight into the phase boots. Now they'll be able to catch somebody. But keep an eye on this Warlock. Currently only level 2. That's where the big plays are going to come from. Darkseer being conservative with his mana, not looking to push here with his shells, not looking to drive Alchemist out from the last hitting position. You know, if I was If I was a Darkseer, I'd be looking to double Iron Shell those waves and keep back that Alchemist from the last hit position, but no. He's going to give it up. He's now got 3 levels of Greed, and that's going to put him substantially in the lead. And you can see there, he's just escaping in terms of net worth away from the rest of the Dire team. Puck and Lifestealer not too far behind, but just behind them, nipping on their heels is the Shadow Fiend as well as the Timbersaw. And again, very slow, very methodical. Everyone's just kind of hanging back, not looking to overextend. Shadow Fiend already died, so he's feeling like he needs to be a bit more conservative. Darkseer, on the other hand, now level 5, and he might be in trouble here if they catch him. No coordination. Like, there's plenty of opportunities to shut down this Darkseer with both an Alchemist charge and a Frostwall. Just need your Warlock to be there. Of course, he's gone to stack. Meanwhile, LGL's stacking and pulling, being uninterrupted the entire game. And this is what's giving Lifestealer his good last hit and gold advantage. But it's being a little bit eaten away here. Ice Path going to come out if he's not careful. It gets blocked in. He catches both of them with the Ice Path. Down comes Fatal Bonds. Do they mount? In comes Puck. Here comes a charge from Alchemist. It does catch the... Oh, wow. What happened there, guys? What happened there? On the precipice of death, he manages just to walk out casually because there was no follow-through from the Alchemist. Alchemist chose to retreat. Puck, good rotation. This carry Puck build coming in, picking up another kill. Now going neck for neck with the Alchemist, and in fact everybody coming back and going for round 2. 0 for 3, bit of a repeat is almost the kind of a repeat of the last game. I want to say it's almost a mirror matchup. Look, and Ribbit pokes his head around the corner. He gets caught. They're trying to follow it up with some damage. There goes the stun. Tina to come and save, and it's enough. Again, another hero walking out on the precipice of damage. And Fatal Bonds is down, but there's not enough targets to focus on to finish him off. And LGL clutching heroes away from death. But AG, we've seen AG perform in the last game. Can they do a bit of the same? It looks like it is going to be a bit of the same. They're not as much dominated as they were in the last match. They do have this mid-game, late-game team, especially once they get the rock going. In comes the orb. Can he jaunt it? He jaunts him. Vacuum. Here comes the Dream Coil. He does catch him. Charges. And they stun. Alchemist picks up a kill. And it looks like it's also going to be a kill for Shadow Fiend, who rotates in. 3 for 2. On the board. What's on the board? Miss Ford going 2 to 6. Puck picking up another kill.
Middle tower is under attack.
Unfortunately, Alchemist went down there. Bad news for AG. But Carry Puck definitely doing the work. He's going to start to peter off in the next 10 minutes, so he needs to keep that advantage going. But a great plays. Vacuum into Dream Coil with an Ice Path in there somewhere to help out Team AG. Without that Ice Path, wouldn't have had a good setup for the 2 kills they did pick up. Of course, Lifestealer goes for the open wounds. In comes the damage. You can't run. You can't hide. But of course, phase boots. And a bit of a big misplay there by Rubik. Oh, look at the surge coming out of... wow, I was going to say, look at the surge coming out of Darkseer onto the Lifestealer, but open wounds just coming off cooldown. Chooses not to use it, save his mana, and Timbersaw, of course, chains out of that position. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got Puck in here with Io. Some rotation. I sense some rotation coming. Putting out the feelers with the illusions, looking for any opportunity to gank where they can. Not sure what Io's doing. Wisp just hanging in the background. now 2-7. And of course, this is almost a mirror matchup of what happened in the last game. This team fight that they had coming out of Tide also being played by Phil. Coming very, very late into the game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
AG now looking to push this bottom, but they've got to be careful. No, they don't. Io's on his own. He's not going to be bringing anyone with him. And they back off. They sense danger. They sense missing. The Fed's ping's going down onto the top lane. Lifestealer now completed that armlet. No, just needs gloves to complete the armlet. Definitely Lifestealer. In comes the pickup. Here comes the open wounds. He manages to get out. An explosion within. Explosion is not enough. Open wounds, but chains away. They can't catch him, but it doesn't matter. They're going to get this tower. No, they beat defeat. They look to retreat, and as they sense in the TP's coming in, but they still may get the tower. If they're lucky, no, just enough AoE or enough splash damage there to finish off the waves. But you can see the power of Timbersaw, 3 heroes to 1, and he, you know, with their pickup, even with the surge and the open wounds, they can't secure him as a kill. Reactive armor obviously playing a factor there, but Timber Chain being the main reason of escape. Orange drawing a line of indication. He knows exactly where they are, and in fact there's a rotation here from an invisible puck. This could go badly. They're grouped up enough for Puck to jump in there. And in they go. Here comes the Dream Coil. Silence. Nowhere for the go. Vacuum. And it's a wipe. All the heroes there just mount quickly under all that engagement. No way out. 3 for none. Alchemist being left to free farm. That could be bad. That could be bad. And very wise decision to rotate the Warlock into the mid lane. They need that rock. They do. But at the same time, Warlock here, ready to steal, pounce and steal that Warlock ult as soon as he uses it. So let's see what actually happens. Warlock is going to overextend his position and be caught off by a puck. Here there comes the puck. In comes the surges. Yeah, doesn't need any kind of ult, just a pickup assist, and puck carry doing all the work here. This is looking very bleak for AG. This is the stage where they need to start turning it around. Just like in the previous matchup, they have the team fight. They just need to execute it. And they're just not finding those openings where they need to execute it. In fact, it's all going the way of LGL. The one carry team. Puck TP's out. Why did Puck TP out? Sorry, IO TP out. Where did he go with his ult? Oh, no mana. It's available, just no mana. Ults are up, and we can see Alchemist, he is still leading the tables, even though everything's going poorly. He's got that Handamitis now. It's really what's keeping the AG in contention here is all this potential that could come out of Alchemist. Because he does have Grievel's Greed, because he's got a Handamitis, he can keep the lead going. In fact, he could get a substantial item lead, but one hero does not make a team. And you can see here that Puck already got his Blink Dagger. Let's look at the items in any case. Armlet and Facebook's being completed on the Lifestealer. Mechanism slowly being built along with Arcane Boots onto the Darkseer. Normal boots sitting on both the two supports there, Rubik and Io. Puck here we're picking up that early Blink Dagger and converting into power trades. Meanwhile, Timbersaw having picked up only Dust and Arcane Boots. Nothing of notoriety except for probably this Ring of Aquila sitting on Black Lotus. Definitely not out of the game yet, and if you look at levels, it's very close. The only hero trailing in this particular scenario is Warlock, and the only hero really getting any substantial notoriety in terms of lead is Puck. Puck picking up a lot of kills in this particular engagement, and there's tactical discussions going on while they reconnect. Lots of drawing and pinging on the map. Warlock still not level 6. All these DCs, in any case, using that time effectively. Casters use those time effectively, and that's what I've done. Into the game. Dire seems to be indicating that they're going to go down the bottom with the drawing on the map here. They want this Alchemist. They feel the need for speed, and they're coming on down. In the dusted nonetheless, looking to go through the river. And there's a wraparound. They're going to probably find Jinkiro before anything else. Jinkiro. Oh no, here comes the damage. In comes the Alchemist. They find him. Ice Path, a vacuum being used prematurely. But Jinkiro is found. He is caught out of position. But in comes the rest of AG. Ults coming down everywhere. Alchemist mounts under the damage. So does Puck, so does Shadow Fiend. Fatal Bonds could finish off a hero. They TP out with IO just to be saved at the well. And LGL mop it up. Only hero that survived is Warlock and Timbersaw. Warlock now has his level 6. So we'll see perhaps some reverse of fortune here for AG. They really needed that early rock, and unfortunately they put him into a tri-lane. He wasn't able to stack and pull effectively. Didn't rotate enough to get some of that XP that was left behind in the mid lane. He did pick up eventually, and he was around for those kills. Hence why he's now jumped up those levels to level 7 now. But the big prize for LGL in that last pull was, of course, the Shadow Fiend and the Alchemist deaths. They gave up their own, but they didn't give up their Lifestealer. And net worth reflects that. You know, Alchemist just in the lead, even though he's died. Rubik caught out of position, nowhere for him to go. He steals the Timber Chain. Lucky Rubik. Timber Chain being used just beforehand is stolen. Manages to escape from that precarious position. Now the Radiant team looking to wrap around somewhere. Lots of drawing happening on the map. They know there's a ward in this location, they just don't know where. Wow, and more DCs coming out of these guys. Thanks, Obama. We're back into the game. Yet another pause, guys. Bear with me. Hopefully, won't be too long now. IO and Rubik having difficulties with their internet connections. What can I say? Let's have a look at what's on the board, Miss Ford. You can see that the total gold earned is at 3,000 for AG for LGL, and 5,000 XP. Has plateaued slightly in the favor of, still in the, I'd say in the favor of AG, but it's still in LGL territory. In terms of items, looking up here, Shadowblade being picked up by Jongbong. That may relate into some kills. Boot conversion very strong in AG, and it was both teams in fact who have full boot conversion except for Jinkiro and the two LGL supports. And of course, Darkseer building towards that mechanism very slowly. In fact, he should be almost finished. If I look at him now, yeah, he only needs a couple of hundred more gold, and he will have that mechanism, which will help them turn the battle. Well, what's the real danger here is grouping up. They've got to avoid this Warlock rock. Or they've got to position themselves in such a way that they can steal this Warlock rock away from the Warlock and counter-initiate with it. And there's some potential there, but it really comes down to positioning and also a bit of luck, a bit of timing, and just making sure that the Rubik, because the Rubik is not going to be the primary focus. Puck's going to get in there and initiate. They're going to get onto Puck. The rock will come down. Rubik will steal it from behind, and that's when they'll actually clean up. So LGL, they have the chance here with that in that scenario to actually chance there to actually pick it up. The same time, if that ice path catches the right heroes, followed by a rock and some right clicking from the Shadow Fiend, you will see LGL mount under a torrent of damage. So it's now we're in this sort of precarious position. Here comes Alchemist under invisibility stuns. Easy pick off. Easy pick off. Wasn't even bait. Just out of position. Puck bomb ready to come in at any moment. Warlock out of position. Needs to be careful. Warlock is their key here. He should be hanging back. But they're happy to AG happy to take that kill and just put some damage down on the mid lane. Ice Path goes through, doesn't catch anyone. And like I said, Warlock out of position. Picked off there with the stolen Ice Path, I believe. And they TP in! TP in? Why did they TP into that? I don't know. Just to add some push. Puck's now going to come back to the mid lane. And we've got a bit of a counter push going on here, corresponding pushing. They have to TP back. And another DC. Apparently Australia is a first world country. Ice Path catches somebody. They can't follow through. Out comes the Chakra. No, that was just a Whirling Blade. No, it was Chakra. Wow, look at the rock! Can you smell what's cooking? Down comes the damage. They pick up 2, potentially 3 kills. Warlock's still in the mix. Rubik goes down. Warlock goes down. Shadow Fiend goes down. And that was almost a trade there, going slightly in the favor of LGL. Slightly disappointed. That rock landed so well, just everyone was just too far away. Of course, AG now need to convert this. They need to really push hard. Capitalize on the fact that they've got this Alchemist, because Parker's just getting too far out of control. He's going for a sheep stick now, and once he gets that sheep stick, we'll be looking at an interesting sheep stick. No, it's not gonna be sheep stick, is it? It's gonna be Shiver's Guard. Come on, Amiga. You know these things, surely. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to go for. It's going to be a Shiver's Guard as I understand it. But LGL on a bit of a winning streak here. Lost their first match, according to the Binary Beast results, against the Dirts. But now it looks like they're going to potentially bring it home against AG, who has already won up. And yet again, another DC. Oh well, the game interrupted in terms of flow. It's either Rubik or IO that have internet issues, unable to find themselves a suitable internet connection. In fact, two of them now DC'd. Having to flex my administrative powers and instruct the teams to resume in 10 minutes regardless of the reconnection situation. Of course, the rules stipulate there is a total of 15 minutes allowance for DCs during the match. Of course, we've got 7 matches. The last thing you want to do is watch 7 games of terrible DCing. Rubik's back. Can we get IO? Let's have a look at the items in any case. Oh, everybody's back. Game being resumed.
And you are?
Hopefully we're gonna see some damage coming out. And some plays. Both teams kind of disrupted from the DCs. Their flow, their mentality, and the momentum now gone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And everyone's jostling around this mid lane. They're looking for some kind of kills. Some kind of setup here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And IO disconnects yet another DC. Game resumed without the 5th player. This is going to give AG a bit of breathing room. This technical issue is not coming into player skill. LGL now going to be under a lot of pressure. Yeah, we see, wow. This DC giving a bit of breathing room for AG. They've been able to recompose themselves. Of course, the team is still microing Wisp, keeping him in XP radius until he reconnects. Whether or not AG to choose to be a bit dirty and capitalize on this, or whether or not they're just going to stick around and wait. Nonetheless, they're choosing this opportunity at least to pick up some CS. Item wise, being told this is going to be a sheepstick on the puck. I thought so, but you never know with some of these teams.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alchemist looking for a target. They're looking to jump in. He's going to get stunned. Unfortunately, Rock is up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still there, one player down. Not going to press their advantage. In fact, they're going to rotate bottom and pick up some of the CS.
Tower is under attack.
And just calmly wait for the next Shadow Blade cooldown. Finally, Wisp back in the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And any tactical advantage that AG could have taken from that situation, they chose not to. They did not engage. They did try to get some out of position kills, but now LG back onto form with their full team.
Towers are fortified. just like Axe.
Invisible Alchemist coming through from somewhere. In fact, he gets caught off by his own side. Here comes the rock, but it catches no one. And they're now pushing the high ground. All abilities and ults being used. This is a really bad position for AG, and they mount under the bomb from Puck. The explosion, the vacuum. Out comes the mechanism charge. And even though they have all these DC problems, LGL showing AG, this is how it's done. This is how you do it. Puck bomb with a vacuum. And of course, Rubik stole that chakram there. That's all the team fight that they needed. Now they're going to push down this mid tower. Alchemist being the only hero who survived. Now they're on the back foot. Misplays from AG in terms of their abilities.
Are you going? Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't Kill Me Now, I believe, was in a different team last. No, I'm thinking back. In any case, not very excited casting from me, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. I've got about 15 minutes left before I have to actually end this cast. And we see a smoke here from AG. They're looking to capitalize on this. Lifesteal out of position. He uses the rage because he knows they're there. Alchemist looking for a target. He finds it. He finds it. Out comes the stun. Ice Path catches them. Here comes the chakram. They catch one. Can they catch two? They catch two. Immediate buyback. Here comes the damage. Surge. It's not enough. One right click. Buyback. Puck. Face shifts too late. In comes. Wow. 5 kills for none. AG bringing it home. What happened to MLG? Where did this AG team come from?
Dyer's bottom tower is taking many wounds.
Now LG feeling the power of this draft in much the same way as the last match.
Dyer's bottom tower is face down in the
Bash are going to be up on Alchemist very, very shortly. Warlock not getting anywhere close to anything useful in terms of team utility. He's just around for his rock, and now it's up. So he's going to hang 5. No one taking the high ground to protect their vision.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
They sense the rush attempt. They're coming in. And unfortunately, just not enough damage to disrupt them there. They're coming through. They're really looking. Vacuum does catch them. Amazing plays. Big play. Catches all 4 of them. And they get the Alchemist. And this is a disaster for AG.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
And they're going for another kill. A complete team wipe. Great pickup there by Rubik. And AG being outplayed. Going down at the rush where you thought that would be safe with the big rush play. And the rock in the mix. No time at all that it wasn't even a bomb. I don't know what it was.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But it was a vacuum into something. And an empowered lifestealer clicking so fast, doing so much damage. And there's nothing that AG can do. They throw the rock in, but it's a bit late. Ice Path comes through too early. Premature rock, they may get Rubik. It looks like they get Rubik. And unfortunately, Alchemist does find the puck, who manages to phase it. And LGL definitely outplaying AG here. Even though AG have got this very strong lineup, LG's skill in actual utilizing their heroes is slightly better. Not making mistakes, not throwing away ults like Rock on just one hero. fact, without that rock, Alchemist, sorry, without that rock, you can see here that,
Radiant's bottom
the
tower
hell?
is under attack.
oh, completing his, Bloodstone. Without that rock,
Radiant's
Warlock,
bottom tower is under attack.
Warlock really doesn't add much to the team. He looks like he's going to be trying to build that mechanism now. A really late mechanism. It
War
will be
has
useful.
come to Radiant's bottom tower.
But the hope, I guess, is still in the mix for AG to have all this carry.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Your
But
edge
the
needs
question is, can they
terminate.
outcarry this Puck and Lifestealer combo? Because definitely MVP, Chen. Chen doing so much. Sheepstick, Blink Dagger, ready to go into the mix. They're all rotating top. There comes another engagement, and this looks bad for AG. Alchemist looking for attacker. He finds it. Phase shifts again out of the stun. Here comes the ice path. Here comes the vacuum. Here comes the infest. There's the explosion of damage. They mount under the wall. 3 for 1. No rock available. No vacuum. And buyback there from Rubik. 4 kills. 4 for 1.
Are under attack.
And AG called the GG. Congratulations to LGL picking up their first win of the series. Unfortunately, AG going to the next round with one loss. And ladies and gentlemen, that's me for this afternoon. I shall return in 3 hours' time to hopefully cast the final of the Pool A bracket. And I'll be back tomorrow afternoon also for the final matches. I was your caster, Omega Kai. Big shout out to Big Dick Dom, Brazilian fanboy, Sniff Me, and of course Pio Pio Snap for watching, as well as, I don't even know how to say that, Pleberus and Amiga Boy fanboy. I believe there's another caster coming into the mix for the next round. So if you want to visit the Cybergame thread, which this has this in it, and I have a link to his Twitch channel. He's taking over from me. Never heard of the guy before, but perhaps maybe better plays from him versus me. Thanks for watching, guys.